Yeah, my name is Jinsol from Korea. Actually, I'm running the Bridge International based in Korea and the United States. I'm really glad to see you and have a good interview today. I came here in Nepal 9 years ago for some Korean project, but this time, we are managing one of the Korean government project for the Nepali returnee workers. We are preparing entrepreneurship program for the returnee workers so that they can start their own business using the money they saved in Korea and the skill they learned. So using those kind of the resources, I think they can start their own business and then become a good social innovator to changing their own community. That is our kind of the project that I'm doing in Nepal. The Nepali people, they stay 4 to 10 years in Korea, and then we start our program in Korea first, and then we select the 50 the migrant workers, the Nepali workers in Korea, and then we train them for the training in Korea, and then we select 10 out of the 50, the finalists, and then we giving them advanced course for them so that they can meet Korean expert and the Korean company that they are working with, so that one of the uniqueness of our program is that we link Korean expert and Korean company to the potential Nepali entrepreneurs so that they can collaborate each other, to make the good business together. So that is the part that we are doing in Korea. And then when they return to Nepal, we're also working with a local incubating the company in Nepal, and then they recruit around 20 Nepali entrepreneurs who are already returned to the Nepal, and then we giving the entrepreneurship program again in Nepal, because even though they have some idea from Korea, but they need to test the product business in Nepal if it is really feasible to run that business, the model in Nepal. So that is the program that we are running in Nepal. And then we also matching other experts in Nepal for 2 months, and then in the end of the program, the 10 finalists, they make a pitch in front of the potential investors, and then we give award 3 of them with some fund and some other matching resources. That is the brief introduction of our program from Korea to Nepal. Yeah, that's true, because most of them, they work from Monday to Saturday morning, so they don't have any time for participate entrepreneurship program until Saturday. So only Sunday we are running this program. Even the staff of the Bridge International, they, in Korea, Sunday is holiday, but we come to the work, and then we are running this incubating program, and then the migrant workers, even though they need to take some break, but they have a lot of passion for participating in this program, and they want to be a good entrepreneurs. So we have a 8 weeks program. That means every Sunday for 8 weeks, they are participating this entrepreneurs training program. So yeah, that is not easy. Even trainers and trainees not easy, but I believe each one of us have really same purpose and good passion about it, and then we are making a really good outcome out of it. Yeah. Actually, I met some migrant workers 9 years ago when I visited Nepal for other project, and I realized that they are really capable to initiate the business. The reason they came to Korea, because in Nepal there is a lack of the job, so they finding a job in Korea, but that's okay. And then after they making the money, and then they need to come back to Nepal, but still it's a lack of job. So many of the return workers, they would like to start their own business, using their money. But what is mostly inspired me is that in Korea we have the same history. In 1970s, Korea was really poor. We were poorer than North Korea. I'm from South Korea actually, and then actually we sent many migrant workers to Middle East and Germany, and then we also saved the money from it, and then we learned many a skill out of it, and then using the resources, we achieved very dramatic economic growth last 30-40 years. So it is our history, and then we are very proud of our achievement. And then I realized that why not other country? South Korea, we used to be developing country, we were poor, but now we achieved our economic growth. And then I think it's a time for the Nepal, because in Korea we have a really good relationship with the Nepalese people and the country. And then we using our Korean experience, we really can support Nepali immigration workers for them to start a business after they come back to their country. So I think it is a really efficient and strategic model, even in international development project. Most of the international development project, we need to go to some country as a advanced country, and then we need to provide something from our side. But from this, the returnee entrepreneurship program, we can collaborate with the returnee workers even in Korea. We can start from Korea, and then when they come back, they can be the bridge between Korea and Nepal, for example, as an entrepreneur. So I think this returnee entrepreneurship program give me lots of insight and then lots of impact in terms of business and mutual the growth and etc. So I think I would like to share those kind of my inspiration that I had when I initiated this program. So my ultimate goal is that it is not, as I mentioned, it's not like top-down approach. I think the mutual prosperity between Korea and Nepal, that is my ultimate goal. I think they are more sustainable, they are more impactful. Of course, it takes more time and energy, to make those kind of the environment, but I think it is mandatory in order to tackle many the global agenda. So that's why I suggest that we need to start this program from Korea, and then when immigrant workers stay in Korea, I really want to link them to Korean people, expert company who are interested in working together with them. So not only just transferring technology, but also they can collaborate each other, sharing the profit, for example. Actually, Korea, economically we have grown a lot, but still the Korean market is very small. So that means Korean company, SME, small and medium-sized company need to outreach other country, need to expand their business other country. So currently Vietnam and Indonesia is the main target, but the market is moving. So they would like to go the Nepal. They would like to find new kind of the business opportunity in Nepal. But Nepal, frankly speaking, for the Korean company side, it feels very far compared to other Southeast Asia, for example. So I think one of my ideas, because I know the Korean company have that needs, so I would like to keep sharing those kind of story, successful story, even though it's far, but we can meet them in Korea. So it's much easier. They mean Korean company don't need to go to Nepal, stay there for a long time, find a business opportunity. If they have a good relationship with the capable the immigrant workers in Korea, they can build the business in Korea. So I think I would like to recruit a Korean company which would like to expand their business in Nepal, and then we can match them to the return workers so that they can collaborate each other. So this kind of the good case, like such as coffee machine maintenance cases, we need to develop more, those kind of the project, and then we can share. I think as I already mentioned, the uniqueness of our program to match a Korean expert and Korean company, and then we are pursuing like the mutual prosperity. That is the big differences, and then we are not. Our goal is not just making a rich business guy. We'd like support someone who are taking care of their community as entrepreneurs. If someone is doing their business well, that means they can at least create a job. That is the big social impact, positive impact. So I think our program, the Bridge, we can give those kind of the inspiration and motivation. And if somebody have that passion, we keep matching great Korean company and experts so that they can work together. I think that is the big differences compared to the other program. For the first stage of our entrepreneurship program, we start from Korea. In the first stage, we recruit around 50 people, and then we help them to find a good business model. That is the first stage. And then second stage, we link Korean expert and Korean company because I believe the linking Korean expert and company is a very valuable for returnee entrepreneurs to start their business because they have a relationship with the Korean, the asset and technology. So second stage, we match the Korean company so that Korean company and then the returnee entrepreneurs can collaborate each other. Stage 3, from stage 3, we're giving a training in Nepal. So even though they have a business idea in Korea, but they need to test it if it is really feasible in Nepal. We also recruit some the returning worker who are already returned to Nepal, and then they can participate so that by our training they can market test, and then they make the business model more delegate. That is the stage 3. And stage 4, there is the incubating program. For around 2 or 3 months, in each participant, entrepreneurs, they can meet some coach or the consultant in the area they are interested in. So it's a very customized one-on-one consulting from our side, and then they can develop their business model through this incubation period. And then stage 5, it's IR pitching. So based on stage 1 to 4, he need to summarize his business model and then make it as a good the pitching pitching presentation, and then in front of the potential investors, they need to make a pitch, and then after evaluating their pitching, we give the award 3 out of participant. Yeah, that is the last stage. Yeah. So this second year round, we're going to start to recruit the people in Korea from March, and then in Nepal around end of June to early July. So we will recruit in Korea and Nepal in this timeline. As I mentioned, the internet accessibility is pretty critical. So if you really want to this program in an efficient way, I think buy new laptop. Old one is okay, used one is okay. But some people using their cell phone. But in order to submit some assignment, you need to make some documentation. So you can, if you can borrow, you can. But it's not the mandatory, but without laptop, your education efficiency get lowered. So it is the one thing. Yeah. And then if you can learn some like documentation skill, you just try. These days, there are many the free YouTube, the lecture you can find it, and then you don't need to be very skillful, computer skill, but you just understand how to write the document and make some slide. That's it. So I think coming 1 month you can prepare those kind of things. But it's open to any other the migrant workers. But there is the additional the point for the fourth year the applicant, because it's a more efficient way for them to get a training here, and right after that they can get the training in Nepal. Yeah, actually for the first year they have to their own business idea, but for the second year I think it's open, because through our entrepreneurship program they can find their own the business idea. Also, we are considering to suggest some business idea from ourselves, because Korean, I mentioned there is some Korean company they would like to expand their business. That is the business item. So we're gonna suggest 3 or 4 Korean company business, and then if some of participants might not have their own business idea, but they would like to select some Korean idea, I can link them. So it's open. Yeah, it's optional. They can choose.